All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the STEM Lockdown Digital School. You are tuned in to Natural Science Grade 6. I go by the name of Karabo Fiona Khashani. On Instagram, KB_Khashani, and on Facebook, Karabo Fiona Khashani. All right, remember to just keep your chat related to anything about the subject. So don't write anything not relevant. Just keep it to questions. Miss any important information. All right, without wasting any more time, we're going to get straight into it. All right. So at the end of today's lesson, we're going to know, why must I eat vegetables? You know, I just want to eat proteins, bread and pasta. Why is it important for vegetables? Very similar to yesterday. Can I get sick if I do not eat the right foods or not enough of a certain type of food? All right. So here are your new words for today, meaning it's homework for tomorrow. That's nourishment, overeat, obesity, and diabetes. Now, do any of you actually have any idea what any of these words mean? Just pick a word, tell me what you think it is. What does it mean? Nourishment, overeating, obesity, diabetes. What is it? Let me know in your chats or raise up your hand. Just share with me, what are these words? Pick anyone that you want to share with me, please. All right, I see JD. I'm going to just unmute you. Yes, JD, which one would you like to tell us about?
Diabetes. Diabetes is when you have too much sugar or when you have less sugar, and then you have to take stuff at a certain time, check your blood and all
Mm-hmm.
of that.
Wow, you actually know so much about diabetes. Thank you so much, JD. All right, so JD mentions either too much sugar or not enough sugar in your blood, and you have to take some medication, obviously at a certain time. Thank you very much, JD. Anybody else? Iksan. Iksan says diabetes is a disease caused by too much sugar in your blood or too little. Thank you very much, guys. Do you have any other words you'd like to tell me about that anybody knows regarding one of the diseases? I see JD again. Yes, JD.
Obesity is when you eat too much fat and your body can't take it and you don't have enough uh, other foods, and then you get, I don't know, ma'am, but fat, ma'am.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, JD. Hey, JD's on a roll today. Awesome stuff. All right. So obesity, when there's just too much fat in your body. All right. Anybody else before we move on? Nico, thank you, Nico. Nico says obesity is caused by overeating fats. Very, very good. Thank you, Nico. Anybody want to tell me about nourishment or overeat? I'll give you a couple seconds just to get those answers about nourishment or overeat. Anybody? All right, Ndovu says a disease which results from high levels of sugar in the blood. I'm assuming you're talking about diabetes, Ndovu. JD says overeat is when you eat too much food. Hundreds, hundreds, hundreds. All right, so these are your new words for today's lesson, which we're going to discuss tomorrow because it is going to be your homework. All right, moving on to the next slide. All right, let's move. All right, so remember yesterday we spoke about the food pyramid and that there are certain people that turn the food pyramid upside down. They eat more fat than anything else. Biscuits, sweets, chocolates, pizza, pie. All of this is extremely unhealthy, which results in a lot of diseases, diabetes, obesity, and all of these other illnesses. So, this is just an upside down food pyramid showing how unhealthy it is to be eating more fats than obviously your fruits and vegetables. I'm sure you can all agree with me that vegetables are not very tasty, though. I would rather, of course, I have to eat a banana as opposed to eating a donut, but a donut is more tastier than spinach or broccoli, right? So that's why a lot of people are prone to just eating a lot of sweets, because sweets and junk food taste so good as opposed to eating some vegetables. All right. There are many people in the world that do not or are not able to eat a healthy, balanced diet. Now, for those of you who were in yesterday's lesson, who can tell me or who can remind me what are the reasons why people cannot eat a healthy, balanced diet? Who remembers? What are the causes? Why can people not eat a healthy, balanced diet? Who remembers? Iksan, they can't afford. Excellent. Many people cannot afford healthy food. Healthy food is so expensive. All right. That is why a lot of people can't eat a healthy, balanced diet. A lot of people will just eat pap and meat, or they will eat rice and meat with no vegetables because it's expensive to eat a healthy, balanced diet. Thank you, Iksan, for that answer. All right. Nico also says because they don't have enough money to afford. All right. They don't have enough money. They only buy what they can afford. And that would be maybe just buying some carbohydrates, bread, mealie meal, rice, and maybe some vegetables, and maybe once in a while some meat. So it's not a choice. All right. So many choose to eat an unhealthy diet while others do not have a choice. We all want to eat healthy. We all want to have a balanced diet, but because of finances and because of how expensive it is, we cannot. All right. Many people live in cities and can afford to buy takeaways often or to eat hastily prepared meals that do not include foods from the four food groups. Now, a lot of you who live in big cities, I know you're all across South Africa, Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, these beautiful, big cities. You're all very close to KFC, McDonald's, Steers, Spur, you name it. All right. And it's a lot easier to buy takeaways than to cook. You might find that, you had a sports day at school, you finished at 4 o'clock, and mom is too tired to cook. So rather, let's go grab McDonald's. All right. It's a lot easier to buy takeaways as opposed to cooking a healthy meal. All right. Um, I see Adele saying they do not have a lot of money, so they can't buy vegetables. All right, because of course our vegetables can be a bit expensive. All right, let's move on. Now, here are the causes of a poor diet. Some families have to eat what they can afford. They do not have the privilege of choosing what their food pyramid looks like, but eat what they can buy with their small incomes. This is what we discussed yesterday. This would mostly consist of carbohydrates, some vegetables, and really includes meat and enough proteins and other vitamins. Now there's a picture of some pap with a lot of meat, all right, some beef and some boerewors. Now, what did some of you have for supper last night? What did some of you have for supper last night? I know we shared this yesterday as well, but what did you guys eat for supper last night? As I wait for your responses, what did you guys have for supper? Iksan had macaroni and cheese. That is delicious. Adele had chicken and salad. Ooh, that's nice. Trevor had a toasted sandwich with mince and cheese. Ooh, that is a very filling sandwich. I wish I could get that. All right, toasted sandwich with some mince and cheese. Awesome. What about the rest of you? What did you guys have for supper? Ndovu had pap with cabbage, with vegetables and beef stew. That is very wholesome, heavy meal, very, very healthy in Ndovu. Simeka had some homemade pasta with meatballs. Samsung Galaxy. I wish I knew your name, Samsung Galaxy. Please write your name so I know who you are. I don't want to have to call you Samsung Galaxy. Right, so please tell me your name. Samsung Galaxy had some pap, meat, and vegetables. JD had some fish. All right. Samsung, oh, Ndivao. All right, got it, got it. All right, Nika had some pap and turkey. Bilente had some pasta. All right, excellent, guys. Thank you. All right, now let's talk about the causes of a poor diet. Now, if you eat a poor diet, it could cause diseases and infections. Now, when someone has a chronic illness such as HIV/AIDS, they are sick for a very long time. Their bodies become weak and they cannot take in nourishment from the food they manage to eat, resulting in a poor diet. So, if you're feeling a bit sick, very, very important that you eat very healthy. Provide your body with nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. All right, here's some dietary practices. In many countries, people have a preference for certain foods. For example, rice, samp, or mealie meal. People eat a lot of this particular food and do not get enough protein or fats and oils in their diet. They also often afford other food types, especially in developing countries. However, some families in developed countries do not eat enough fruit and vegetables out of choice and eat a lot of refined carbohydrates, which also leads to diseases and illnesses. So, in a lot of homes, they would eat a lot of rice, samp, and mealie meal, all right, with not enough fruits, not with vegetables, all right, which actually just tends to be very unhealthy. It's important to balance your food. So, to have a variety of vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats and oils. All right, very, very important to balance it out. All right. Right, poverty and high food prices. All right, poverty and high food prices stop many people from enjoying food such as milk, meat, poultry, which is chicken, and fruits. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen, but the prices of food has become so expensive. Milk is very expensive, meat is expensive, fruits are expensive, eggs are expensive. Everything is just so expensive. All right. Now, this has made it almost impossible for poor families to afford certain food groups. Some families can only afford one type of food. All right. Just think about when mom or dad or your sister goes to the grocery store to buy food, you know, um, sometimes it's even hard to fill the trolley because everything is just so expensive, you know. With maybe 200 rand or 500 rand, mom and dad can only buy so much, not everything. All right, so food is also very, very expensive, resulting in people not eating healthy. All right, we can't eat healthy because of the expensive food prices. Right, then food shortage. Now, sometimes famine. Who knows what famine is? In your chats, who knows what is famine? Who has an idea? Um, JD, yes, what's famine?
Famine is when you have a shortage of a food group.
Perfect. Famine is when you have a shortage of a food group. Excellent answer. That's famine. All right. It means a shortage of food. All right. So now, obviously, in this case, sometimes famine, which is a shortage of food, occurs in a country where drought, poor farming, knowledge, and skill, and a lack of technology limits the yield of crops and herds of animals. This results in a shortage of food in that country. All right. So that's what our famine is. All right. Iksan also says it is a shortage of food. Thank you so much for that answer. All right, moving on to the next slide. I hope you're all taking notes. All right, now some diseases. Now, often we get diseases and conditions because our bodies do not get the necessary nourishment. Now, some of these diseases are tooth decay. When you eat or drink too much sugar, the bacteria in your mouth makes acids that eat away at the tooth surface called enamel and causes cavities to form. Now, let's be real. How many of you actually brush your teeth in the morning and before you go to bed after dinner? How many of you brush your teeth at least twice a day to remove all the dirt and the sugary substances? All right, Trevor says me, JD. All right, Samsung. So Samsung Galaxy is in Divao, right? Only brushes their teeth in the morning. Bilente says twice a day. All right, and Simeka. All right, interesting, guys. Very good. I'm glad to know that you're all brushing your teeth twice a day. It's very, very important just to avoid tooth decay. Um, I don't know if maybe any of you know any friends or maybe your siblings, your younger brothers and sisters. You might find that their teeth start decaying because of the amount of sugary substances that they are eating. All right. Trevor says, sometimes I brush my teeth even 3 times a day. Sure, Trevor. Hey, look at you. All right. Awesome stuff. So definitely, Trevor, we've got no cavities in that mouth, and that is perfect. All right. Great stuff. All right. Then also rickets. Now, this is a condition that is very common in babies and children. When children do not get enough fruit and vegetables and do not get enough vitamin D, their bodies cannot absorb calcium and they cannot grow strong bones. So just very, very common with babies and just young children, about 6, 7, 8 years old, when their bodies cannot absorb calcium. And who can tell me, where do we get calcium from? From eating what will you get calcium? From eating what will we get calcium? All right, I see Molly saying, ma'am, what is kwashiorkor? Very good question. We're actually going to talk about that in the next slide. So keep watching, Molly. All right. Trevor says milk. Very good. So you need to drink lots and lots of milk so that you can get calcium. All right. So babies and children about 6 years old, 7 years old, they are prone to getting rickets because they do not have calcium in their bodies. All right. Dobu says cheese and milk, yogurt. All right, so a lot of dairy products. All right. All right, then obviously constipation. Now, this is a painful condition, not a disease. So don't think it's a disease, all right? That occurs when your bowel movements become difficult and take place days or even weeks apart. Now, an unhealthy diet is often to blame, but there are no other causes. All right, the best way to treat constipation is to eat a healthy diet with lots of fiber. In which foods can you find fiber? Which foods can you find fiber? Who knows? JD is so active today. I need somebody else to talk to me, please. Hey, I've been hearing, I know JD's voice now from the top of my head. All right. Trevor says cereal. Very good. All right. I see in Divao also saying that when young children get rickets, their bones get weak. 100%. All right, Molly, yes.
Ma'am, I once had constipation because of I ate a lot of white bread. I didn't drink enough water. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Molly. So Molly said she had constipation because she ate a lot of white bread, which is very, very true, and didn't drink enough water. All right. So now you know not a lot of white bread should be eaten. All right. Iksan saying whole wheat bread, we can get that from fiber. Also, bran flakes would help you to get fiber. All right, so as well as carbohydrates. It also helps to exercise regularly and to drink plenty of water. Now, let's be real now. Tell me the truth. Who actually woke up this morning and drank a glass of water? Who woke up this morning and had some water and just had a glass? Anybody? All right, Malande said they had some water this morning. What about the rest of you? I hope you're all drinking water, at least 6 to 8 glasses a day. Ndovi says, I did not. Tando says, not me. To be honest, I didn't have water at all. Yesterday, I only drank drank about 2 glasses of water. So I need to obviously start taking in some more water. All right. Trevor says, I went walking, so I had 2 glasses. Excellent. I am glad. Malande, hot water. Great. All right. So I'm glad to know that some of you are drinking water. For those of you who didn't, try and make it a habit. As soon as you wake up, get some water. All right. All right, then obesity. Now, this is a condition, not a disease, where a person's body weight, all right, is more than a certain amount of kilograms, sorry. So if you are between the ages of 13 and 16, your weight should be at a certain amount. If it increases that, that'll obviously, result to obesity. All right. So basically, it's measured by taking the average of the people who are the same age as you. And if your weight is above that average, that does result in obesity. It's actually called the body mass index, the BMI. You will actually talk about it in life orientation. I'm not sure if it's in grade 6, but they do discuss BMI. If your body mass index is over a certain amount, then that would be obesity. All right. Now, obviously, the best prevention for obesity is to follow a healthy, balanced diet. All right. I see Trevor saying grade 7. Thank you so much for that. So in grade 7, you will be discussing the BMI. All right. So there's just a picture of obesity, obviously too much fat in the body. All right. So it's not a disease. All right. It's not a disease, definitely just a condition that you can get rid of with eating a balanced diet, drinking enough water, and exercising. It's important to exercise at least just a walk around the block, or just if you've got a skipping rope, maybe just 20 skips a day should do you good. All right. Then we've got diabetes. This is a disease that affects the body's ability to use blood sugar for energy. Right now, obviously, sugar is supposed to give us energy. But if your body cannot do that, if your body cannot turn sugar into energy, it results into diabetes. All right, so now diabetes symptoms include you're thirsty, increased thirst and a lot of urination, uh, blurred vision, and excessive tiredness. So you're always very tired, always very thirsty, and always using the toilet a lot. All right, oops. All right, then we've got anorexia nervosa. This is a life-threatening eating disorder where the patient starves themselves and deprives their bodies of nourishment to cause themselves to lose tremendous amounts of weight. This is extremely unhealthy, very, very unhealthy, because you would starve yourself and not eat anything because you're trying to lose a lot of weight. So that's obviously depriving your body of proteins, carbs, lipids, because you're trying to just become extremely skinny. All right. So very, very important for you to know that. All right. And to avoid that. All right. All right, then Molly asked, what is kwashiorkor? Now, here we go, Molly, this is for you. All right, this is a disease that affects many children. All right, it is a lack of protein and iodine in their diet. Children suffering from this may have swollen hands and feet, and especially a very large tummy. Many ulcers on the skin and their hair might discolor. All right, so if you are lacking protein and iodine, all right, so basically iodine is just a chemical compound, all right, which we need in our bodies that we can get a lot from our greens, a lot of from spinach, all right, mint, some parsley, kale, if all of you know kale, spinach, but that's kwashiorkor when children mostly do not have protein. So they're not eating meat, eggs, fish, and of course their greens. All right, and they obviously have swollen hands and feet and a very large tummy. All right, so that's the disease mostly common in children. All right, their hair and their skin will lose color. All right, moving on. I hope you're writing all these notes down. And we're going to move on to the next slide. All right, now I want you to look at the following table. So basically, we're going to go to Monday. So this person on Monday for breakfast, they had toast with peanut butter, coffee with milk, and 3 teaspoons of sugar. Then for lunch, they had 2-minute noodles, cream soda, and some jelly while watching TV, hey? For supper, they had spaghetti bolognese chopped with carrots, all right? With cheese sprinkled on top, some fruit juice, some tea with milk, and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Now that was on Monday. Let's go to Tuesday. On Tuesday, they had toast with peanut butter again, with coffee, 3 teaspoons of sugar. All right, so very same breakfast as Monday. For lunch as well, 2-minute noodles, Coke with toast and peanut butter, and popcorn while watching TV again. Then for supper, mom and dad worked late. So basically, they just had some scrambled egg on toast with baked beans, coffee with milk, and 3 teaspoons of sugar. Then on Wednesday, they were late for school. They didn't eat anything. For lunch, they had 2 eggs and toast with cheese, some tea with milk, and 3 sugars, and some more toast with jam and peanut butter, and obviously while watching TV. And of course, for supper, they had Hawaiian pizza, which is my favorite, Coke, cream soda, chocolates, and a chocolate milkshake. Now, I want you to choose a day and tell me what was wrong about that day. What was unhealthy about what they ate? All right, what could they have maybe eaten instead of that? So choose a day, tell me what was unhealthy. All right, Iksan says it's unhealthy because he or she eats too much sugar, oil, and fat. Trevor says Wednesday supper was unhealthy. Please tell me why, Trevor. I mean, they had some pizza, Hawaiian, some Coke, cream soda, chocolate milkshake. That's delicious. Trevor, what makes that unhealthy? Hey, please tell me. All right, Nico says it was unhealthy. Wednesday was unhealthy. Please tell me why. I would love to know. All right, yes, Molly.
Ma'am, on Wednesday supper it is unhealthy because of they had a lot of sugar and
All
fat.
right. Okay, thank you, Molly. Thank you so much for that answer. All right. JD. Hold on. Let me just get to JD. There we go. JD, yes, what was unhealthy?
Where does he put the 3 teaspoons of sugar in? Oh, in
In
the
the tea.
coffee. Never mind, ma'am.
Yeah, the tea
Okay.
or the coffee.
Okay, ma'am. Monday. Toasted peanut butter with coffee. The breakfast is fine, ma'am. Well, you
Uh-huh.
could have put 1.5 teaspoons of sugar in coffee. Then for
Really?
lunch, ma'am.
Only one and a
Yes,
half?
ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
that's how it is in my family, ma'am.
You only drink one and a half. I drink 3.
Sure, ma'am. So unhealthy, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, JD. All right. Maduma. Yes, Maduma.
Ma'am, on Wednesday because they ate chocolate milkshake in the night at night.
So what's wrong with eating chocolate milkshake at night?
Ma'am, it's unhealthy, ma'am.
Who said it's unhealthy?
Ma'am, you can't eat sweet at night. You'll be
All right.
hyperactive.
You'll be hyperactive. Thank you, Maduma. Excellent. All right. They had chocolate milkshake at night. Very, very unhealthy. All right. Molly, your hand is up again. I'm not sure if you forgot to put it down. You have something else to say. Do you have something else to say, Molly?
Ma'am, on Wednesday at lunch they ate 2 eggs and toast with cheese, and that is fat, and tea with milk and 3 sugars, and jam also had sugar, and also peanut butter has sugar,
Mm.
butter, oil. So, ma'am, it's unhealthy.
But remember, yes, it could be unhealthy, but I mean, it contains all the food groups, don't you think? So why is it
Oh,
unhealthy?
no, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Molly, for that. All right. Tando, yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
they were having a very unhealthy dinner on Tuesday
Tuesday. Why?
because they had eggs and toast, ma'am, and they weren't supposed to. They were supposed to have that in the morning breakfast.
Who said eggs and toast is only for breakfast? What if I want to have eggs and toast for supper, Tando?
Ah, then I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Tando. All right. Just having a look at your chat. Sure. I love these answers coming in. All right. Um, all right. So Majuma obviously did mention about eating a milkshake at night. Trevor says too much fizzy drinks before bread. 100%. I mean, on Wednesday night for supper, they had Coke and cream soda. That's a lot of fizzy drinks. I agree with you, Trevor. All right. Nico says chocolate, and the chocolate milkshake was definitely too much sugar. Ndovu says Monday, this is an unhealthy diet because it does not contain all the four food groups, which may lead to conditions or diseases. I like that. Adele says Wednesday supper, pizza is very unhealthy and milkshake contains a ton of sugar. Zamili says all the day. So Zamili is saying every day is unhealthy. Zamili, please tell us why you think so. All right. JD also says all the days. Please share with us why, guys. Ixon says Wednesday supper was very unhealthy because it is unhealthy to eat so much sugar at night before bedtime. Simeka says Wednesday supper was unhealthy because they had pizza and sugary drinks, but instead they could have eaten salad with water. But it's more expensive to buy salad, Simeka. Remember we spoke about cost, but you are 100% correct. It's much more healthy than eating a salad with water, but than eating pizza with milkshake. All right. Ndihawo says too much sugar. All right. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for those answers. I'm going to take the last hand. Tanda, your hand is still up. You have something to say? No? All right. Yes, JD.
Man, he must jump. He doesn't jump at all, man.
Okay. Well, I guess they must gym. Very good. I agree. Gymming. All right. They really need to gym. Hundreds, guys. Well done for that. All right. JD is saying, of course, he must gym. So if you're going to be eating all this junk food, it's important to at least gym. All right. It would have helped if he was having some water as well, but doesn't seem like they've consumed water, but a whole lot of juice, a whole lot of fizzy drinks, coffee, milk, and a whole lot of sugars. All right. So very important. Excellent, guys. Well done. All right. Now, obviously, a diet refers to the selection of food we eat every day. So, a diet doesn't mean you're losing weight. Diet does not mean that you're trying to lose weight. A diet just means eating healthy and balancing your food from all the four food groups. All right. A balanced diet contains sufficient quantities of food from all four food groups, as well as water and fiber. Some diseases can be related to a diet, right? So that it's very important to just eat healthy to avoid diabetes, constipation, and all those other diseases that we spoke about. All right. So now we know that a diet does not refer to losing weight, but it refers to just eating healthy. Adele's asking, why is it that I want to throw up every time I smell yogurt? That's interesting. I don't know, Adele, why. That just must be your body rejecting the smell, I suppose. Don't really have a specific answer as to why you feel that way when you smell yogurt. Have no clue. But I'm just assuming that it could be just because your body is rejecting that and it's just not a very nice smell for you. All right. Excellent, guys. All right, so here's some helpful links. On this website on YouTube, you will find something about ETV News, and this is just a story about obesity in South Africa. I do encourage you to please watch it. It's just going to obviously help out in terms of understanding obesity and how obesity affects us as a country, many families as well. All right. And also, there's also YouTube about diabetes. Sorry, there's a video of diabetes on YouTube as well. Also, very, very informative. I do encourage you to please check that out. All right. Tomorrow, we're going to discuss food processing. All right, a lot of the foods that we eat are processed. So we're going to just break that down in terms of what is food processing and how does it affect the body. All right, and of course, how does that affect our diet? All right. So before we come to an end of the lesson, do any of you have any questions or anything that you'd like me to go back to in terms of the slides? Please remember to do your homework. You've got those 4 words to find. We're going to discuss the answers tomorrow regarding that. All right. Please do remember to follow us on STEM Lockdown Digital School. And for more information, you can contact me on my email. That's karabo@africateamgeek.onmicrosoft.com or my Gmail account. And also, please follow us on social media at Africa Teen Geeks, and all the links and hashtags are there. Thank you guys for being awesome. All right, we will carry on tomorrow. I hear Molly saying, why is it going so early? It's not early, Molly. All right. Tomorrow it is going to be a bit more lengthy, I promise you. All right. Awesome, guys. Please do remember to do your homework. It's just 4 vocabulary words that you need to do, and we'll check those answers tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being awesome, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.